In this video, we tell you the untold stories of Elisabeth Shue while sharing with you some of her rare photos. Years after struggling to balance academic work and passion, Elisabeth was faced with a very difficult choice: to either become who her parents wanted her to be or chase after her own person. We all know what she finally chose, but years after this decision, Shue probably wished she hadn't dropped out of school to become an actress. Her parents separated when she was 9, and Shue and her siblings would spend the rest of their childhood with their father. Maybe that was where the acting influence came from, as Elisabeth and her younger brother Andrew Shue decided that Hollywood was all they wanted to do. A popular story is that Elisabeth started featuring in commercials when she was 16 to help out with college bills, but I doubt if there's any truth in that. Money was not so much of a problem in her family. All they wanted was to figure out who to become. And in her last semester at Harvard, she decided to quit school to become a full-time actress. Hollywood soon got tired of her, and after a decade, Elisabeth returned to Harvard to finish her degree in political science. Although she eventually went back then, sacrificing her degree to make acting work meant that she had to do everything she could to make it work. Luckily for her, it did, at least for a little while. After her time in Burger King television commercials, Elisabeth won small parts in the 1982 royal romance of Charles and Diana, and when she was finally ready to start serious business, she was going to start big. She made her film debut as Allie Mills in the box office hit Karate Kid, and it kept getting better after that. Her next film appearance was as the love interest of Tom Cruise in the 1988 American drama film Cocktail. Some of her other notable mentions include Jennifer Parker in Back to the Future 2, The Merry Man, and Soap Dish with Sally Field and Whoopi Goldberg. Ask me, Elisabeth Shue's career hit an all-time high with the 1995 film Leaving Las Vegas, for which she won an Oscar nomination for Best Actress. Her career easily flourished after this, and Elisabeth was finally in the days she dreamed of. But a little while after this, for some reason, Shue disappeared at the very peak of her career, only to return to settle for minor roles on the small screen. Many believe that Shue was overwhelmed by the troubles that came her way, while others argue that she left to focus on her family. But what exactly was the true reason behind her decision? Well, we will get to that later on. But even before that, it's worth saying that even before then, a great tragedy happened in the life of Elisabeth when she was just a kid. It was supposed to be a casual family holiday, but Elisabeth would watch her brother die in a freak accident. As the only girl child of her parents, living with 3 brothers, this death almost shattered her. In 1988, Elisabeth and her family were on vacation. William, her brother, was swinging on a tire rope when the rope broke and he fell into a tree branch, which impaled him. Shue watched her brother struggle for his life, and there was nothing she or anyone could do to help him. This changed her forever. According to her, she recognized just how fragile humans were. Will's death taught me not to be afraid to express my vulnerability, that rawness inside myself that I tried so long to protect, she said. Leaving Las Vegas proved to me that strength comes with vulnerability, and that's something I always have to remember. 9 years later, to commemorate her brother's death, Elisabeth and her elder brothers, Andrew and John, scripted and produced the film Gracie. The film is about a young girl who tries to make the high school all-male varsity team, as she also deals with the loss of her beloved older brother. Elisabeth confessed that even though it has been years after his death, making the movie was very hard and emotional for the family. They insisted on doing the film because they had other people in mind. I think the part of art that we forget is that taking a risk to put this personal stuff out there to the world is what art should be, the actress said. Once people share a story that you have and they can relate to, it can be quite beautiful. Elisabeth hoped that her brother's death would be the only heart-shattering event she was going to remember, and her prayers were answered as life was going to reward her with a very un-Hollywood marriage. But before the reward came, Shue was going to first spend some time in the streets. Her first love in the industry was Rick James, the American musician. They met at the peak of their careers, and their connection was almost instant. Their love, although it was short, was very passionate. James, describing Elisabeth in his book, said that she was very smart, and their relationship, though so natural, was doomed to fail. Rick was a wild man. He had something to do with a lot of women in the industry, and this was in direct contrast with Elisabeth, who chose a simpler life. He was a bad influence on her. They had nights when they would sneak out of parties to do coke until they were both stoned out. Nobody knows the reason for their separation, but whatever it was, there's a good chance that it won't be so far from this. After their breakup, they continued to maintain a professional relationship, and they both had nothing but respect for each other's arts. The second time was the charm, as Elisabeth tied the knot with film executive Davis Guggenheim in 1994. Shue met Davis at a party in the late 80s, and according to her, this was when the wound of her brother's loss was still fresh in her heart. Davis offered to write their story and cast her and her brother Andrew Shue in the movie, and that was it. He won her heart. The couple's union is blessed with 3 children, a boy and 3 girls, and they have stuck with each other ever since. But Hollywood was going to try. 3 years after they tied the knot, it came for their marriage, threatening to destroy all that they had labored to build. In 1997, rumors of Elisabeth's infidelity spread like wildfire when she shared intimate moments with American actor Val Kilmer on screen. They got together for the 1997 spy remake The Saint, and their chemistry was undeniable. While there was a lot of speculation about a secret romance, nobody could say for sure what exactly was going on, and the 2 actors enjoyed keeping everyone in the dark. Elisabeth, however, would finally come out to deny rumors of any secret romance with Val, but she, however, admits that their relationship was special. According to her, Val could relate to her because they had both lost their brothers to tragedy. While Elisabeth's brother died in a freak swimming accident, Kilmer lost his brother after he drowned at age 16. This in some way strengthened their bond, and they were oftentimes spotted alone. Defending her marriage, Shue said, "Val and I did have a wonderful working relationship, and we did spend a lot of time together because we had a lot of work to do on the script, but it was really like a brother-sister kind of comfort." Aside from her relationship rumors, Elisabeth Shue also said something very controversial the last time she was in discussion about cosmetic surgery. She revealed that she was not afraid of wrinkles and gray hair. As a matter of fact, she is looking forward to old age. The actress is not a fan of plastic surgery. She might just be one of the very few actresses in Hollywood who are not bothered about things like this. "I'm curious to see one day what I was intended to look like as an old lady," she said. "I want to know what it's going to be like, and I want to see it, and I'm not afraid." Growing up in a dysfunctional home made Shue prioritize family. Her parents' separation when she was small affected her childhood, and the actress keeps doing all she can to be there for her children. At some point in her career, she focused on minor roles that were flexible so she could give attention to her family. And it's no luck that her marriage has lasted this long. These days, Shue takes acting roles whenever she can, and her fans are excited to see her reprise her Karate Kid character, Allie Mills, in the 3rd season of Cobra Kai in 2020. Elisabeth Shue, now 60 years old, is aging indeed like fine wine. She enjoys the glamorous lifestyle with her family in Wilmington, USA. The celebrity actress has an estimated net worth of $20 million. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out our other videos of beautiful actresses from the yesteryears on the end screen.